Hi, this is Kevin Baker here with DashboardHC. Today I want to show you a quick tutorial of the app and how it works, so that way you guys can get the most out of it. What you're looking at right now is our homepage, DashboardHC for healthcare.com. You can also make sure you can download the app on your phone, whether it's on the Google Play Store for Android or the Apple Store for your iOS device. If you get started, if you're on the web, you can go ahead and log in. And for today, I'm going to log in using my demo account here. Now, when you finish typing in your email, you'll see that there's a reset password button here that just got enabled. If you ever forget your password, go ahead and just type in your username, click on the reset password there, and it'll email you a password reset link that you can use to get back into the app. So that way you can get back in pretty quickly without any additional help there. So I'm going to go ahead and log in right now into the app. And when you're in the app, what you see here is your main dashboard. This is the very first dashboard at the very top here, the operational dashboard. Yours is going to be different. This is all about how you and your leaders customize it. The way the system works is you have dashboards on the left-hand side here, and you can go and create your own new dashboards as well. And I'll get to that in a second. A dashboard is made up of different lists of charts, numbers, widgets, and graphs here. And it has two different global parameters that you can filter by at the very top. So you can filter by time, and you can also filter by operation. So an example of that is if I wanted to change it from all the active buildings to maybe just California in this demo here, it'll go and it'll rerun all those charts for just California data. Let's do a quick example of how to create a dashboard. So when you click create a dashboard, it's going to show you a quick form that you need to fill out to create a new one. So here I'm going to put example dashboard. I'm going to select my default operation. So when you go to a new dashboard, if you want to have it look at a certain region or building at your company, you can select that here. So here I want it so that way every time I come to this report, it's always going to show me building 8. And then on the date types, what this does is this sets the default date for your dashboard. So if you're looking at daily type data, so think of like your daily labor, overtime, census, and you want to look at like kind of on a daily basis, you want to leave this as daily data and yesterday. If you're looking for more month-to-date stats, you would change this to monthly data and change this to say current month. This way you'll get your current cash or your current turnover, or your current active employees, or whatever data that you would want on a month-to-date or current basis. And the last helpful option is this last month or last close month. So these are really great to select for your financials. So that way, if you want to see how your kind of latest financial close numbers look like, you can go and select that for financials. So for right now, I'm going to leave this on current month, and I'm going to add my dashboard. And as soon as you do that, you'll see an empty dashboard here, and the dashboard has popped up on the left-hand side here. You can always edit those settings we just talked about clicking on the edit button here. I'm going to go back. You can also delete as well if you don't like this dashboard, you want to get rid of it. The next thing we want to do is we want to go and add a chart. So click on the add chart button, and it's going to load up your data model. Your data model is consisting of two main things. It shows all of your metrics, and then it shows all of your dimensions that you can filter or view by. And so I'm going to do a few examples here on how you can make different charts and graphs using this data model. So the first one I'll do is a census trend example. So here I'm going to bring in daily census, and you'll see when you drag it in, it's letting you know that this is a metric, so it only goes in the data section. So go ahead and drop that there, and you'll see the chart preview show up right away. And then for this, let's make this a Med-A census trend. So I'm going to open up Payer, and I'm going to bring this into the filters to filter down my data to just Med-A. We can see the number here getting smaller. And then the next step we're going to do is we're going to open up date, and we're going to bring in a date member to make this into a trend. So I'm going to bring this to April. So right now, this looks really weird. Because it's set to a pie chart. So for this one, we want to make sure that we can customize the chart type. And so in this case, we're looking for a trend. Since we have that date in the view section, we're going to click trend, and it shows a trend of 6. So you can see the trailing 6 months here. Now, if I want to change this to show, say, the trailing 12 months, I can type in 12 here, and it'll really quickly go and refresh those numbers for you. And then I'm going to update my chart name. So this is our Med-A census trend, and I can go ahead and hit finish. And let's say, I goofed up. I really don't want this to be Med-A. I want this to be managed care. I can go ahead and hit the edit button up here. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to change that real quick. So I'm going to X out the Med-A here. And I'm going to go back into the payer area, and I'm going to bring in managed care instead. There we go. And I will update our name here. So managed care. And there we go. So now we were able to create and edit a chart. Let's just say we just didn't like this chart at all. I can go ahead and delete it, just like I can delete a dashboard here using the trash icon. And let's create another chart here. Let's do a couple more examples. So let's take a look at, say, aging buckets. So I'm going to bring up the metrics here, and I'm going to look for, let's see if we can find agings. Total aging, okay. So we'll bring that over to the data. And then I have my aging bucket here. So here I want to see my agings by payer bucket. So I'm just going to start dragging these in. So I have my 0 day, 30 day, 60 day, 90 day, 120, 50, 180, 210. Okay, I have my aging buckets here. And the pie chart, this is useful. You can kind of see where the biggest kind of buckets are. So you can see that your 180 and 210 are the biggest here. I'm going to go through and make this a compare chart. And so that kind of puts it up side by side, so you can really get a sense of scale here. And so I can put my aging by bucket chart here. I'm going to go ahead and add that. And so really the whole hope here is that based on all those different metrics that you can find in the data model that you guys have available, you can hopefully really quickly add whatever numbers, charts, and data that you would like on your dashboards. One last thing I want to show you before we move on is just looking at a single number. So sometimes it's nice just to have a number on the board. And so in this case, I'll bring over, say, occupancy. And so this will be just my occupancy rate. And so for this one, we don't need to fill anything else out, even though it's showing pie and new chart. Really, this is all set up just right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and just add that one number to the dashboard. And what's nice is as we added it, it auto-filtered it down to our time, default time selection and our default building. And again, like we had showed before, you could still go through and look at it for different buildings, different areas. So if I want to hit Texas, this just refreshes all the numbers for your Texas organization, for example. So going back down here, this is just an example, so I want to get rid of this. So I'm going to hit delete. And that shows you kind of how you can create dashboards, create and edit charts, and remove them. So that way, the whole goal here is that you can make your dashboard yours and make it so it has your numbers the way that you want to look at them pretty quickly and efficiently. If you ever have any problems or any questions, you can always reach out to us and email us at help@dashboardhc.com. You can also, in the very top right here, click on your name and click on help, and you can fill out a ticket here that will go into our ticketing system. So you can create a quick subject and a description, and we'll get back to you pretty quickly there. Our real deep hope is that you guys are wildly successful in this tool, so we are going to make sure that we do our best to respond quickly. And if you need to have one-on-one training or any other additional support, or you have a good idea, please share it with us so that way we can help make this a better tool going forward. The other option you have on here is you can go through and you can go to Profile, and you can customize your default operation. So every time you create a new dashboard, if you want it to always say be for maybe just California, for example, you can go through and you can set that globally here. And that'll make it so that every time going forward, all your charts and dashboards will always just kind of be set to the views that you want it to be set to. The other option you have on here is to update your password if you ever want to update that. The other thing that's really nice about this platform is whatever you see here is also available on your phones. Now, the one thing about when you're on the mobile device, you can't create charts or dashboards on there, but you can view them and you can go through and you can also filter them by building and by time. And so this is a great way where you can sit down here and you can look at your numbers, you can go and create your dashboards the way that you want them, and then you can go right to your mobile phone, and that way you can really just consume your numbers on the fly. And so that's really a great way. I highly recommend going there. And again, if you want to go there, go to dashboardhc.com and you can click on the Google Play or the Apple Store icons on the homepage and download the app there. If you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. All right, next thing I want to show you is how the app works on mobile, to give you a quick idea. So I have an Android Pixel up on my screen here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the DashboardHC app. I'm going to go ahead and hit, but then there's also a Remember Me button here. So if you have that checked, that'll keep you logged in for longer, so that way it's a better user experience. So I recommend leaving the Remember Me there. You go ahead and hit Log In. And it's going to load up that first dashboard. So you see operational, and you see active, and April 15, 2019. So if I go ahead and reset here, you'll see the same thing on these options here. So you can see again, so by default, it's the same. And then here, just to show you, these are the same charts and graphs that you see on the web. You can also see on your phone here. You can hover over them and click on things to see the tooltips as well. If you click on the menu in the top left, it'll open up your list of dashboards here. So again, this is the same as over here. So if you were to again go and add dashboards, add charts, you'll see them right away on this app. You can also just sign out here. And that at a high level is our app. Thank you.